Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of What the Crud is Ron Doing right now. You guessed it, it is a nerdy thing that I'm doing right now. I'm working currently on a 3D model of a starship, which is nothing new when you hear it that way, but usually what that means is I'm working on a fictional starship. Well, times they are a-changing, and this time around I get to say that I'm working on an actual starship. Not only am I working on an actual starship, I'm working on a ship that is called Starship by our very own SpaceX company that is making a completely reusable vehicle that will allow us to be able to return to the moon in style this time, and Mars and even beyond, thanks to in-orbit refueling and other nerd technobabble. So let me show you what I've been doing. Now, first off, let me just say that I've been working on the shoulders of other giants that have been designing and working on these 3D models. I'm taking mine a bit of a different way. I'm making SN15, which some of you may know is currently on the suborbital launch pad, getting ready to do its static fire tests, and then eventually its launch. So I'm working on a prototype. This isn't the one that's actually going to go to space, but this is where we're at right now. And one of the things I'm doing that might be a little different than some other people is I'm designing one that can all be printed as one piece, at least the fuselage and the fins. And I want the fins to be posable, like they are in the actual Starship, but I don't want them to have to be glued on or anything like that. I'm just going to work on it so that I can print it all as one piece and the fins will be able to work. Also, you may have noticed the hexagonal heat shield tiles that I have arrayed here in their splendor. These are not, some of you might be noticing, wait a minute, they're not completely accurate. Maybe you're thinking to yourself that they're slightly the wrong size. Maybe you're counting the number of 304 stainless steel rings in the hull and saying that's not the right amount, or the grooves are too deep. And in all of those instances, you would be correct. This is not a hyper-accurate model by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But what I want to do is make sure that my details are a bit amplified so that they will show up after the model is 3D printed. If they're too fine of details with a 3D print, you won't even see them because of the limitations of 3D printing. So what I'm showing you right now, oh, and I'm not resin printing, by the way, if you're wondering. So what I'm doing right now, my master plan, is to have these heat shield tiles, this sheet of heat shield tiles, to be removable, and so that you could have them on or off, or you can get more of them and stick more of them on and cover the entire windward side or belly of Starship so that your model will not burn up on re-entry, because nobody wants that. And the reason why I'm planning on doing it that way is, one, because I think it's kind of cool, and two, because later prototypes will have the entire windward side of Starship be covered with these heat shield tiles, and so you can I'll be able to basically take my SN15 and add more of these tiles and make it more like the 16 or 20 or whatever the plan is that they've got. So just basically fun nerd stuff. And it's always fun to take your 3D printed model and make the rocket sounds as you're watching a launch and have it whoosh back and forth across your face like a little kid, because there's no fun in growing up, right? So anyway, here we go, Starship model. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you didn't, okay, that's fine too. Have yourself a great day, and stay in school unless you don't have to. Okay, bye-bye.